Hey, David, how are you doing? Yeah, Paul Hodges is tied up this morning, so I just thought I'd come on and say hello and see if there's anybody out and about. What's going on? He had to meet up and do a test drive of his new route, and so that's what he's up to this morning. So I just thought I'd test the waters and see what's going on here. Well, it's been kind of up and down weather here. It warmed up, but it was rainy, windy, really windy, like 50-mile-an-hour winds. And now it's cooled down again. It's back down to 36, but it feels like 27. And it's supposed to stay in that same range for the next couple of days, all through the weekend. Just as a side note, Lynn brought home Shep, her one of her pupper dogs, from the hospital yesterday, and he has a pancreatitis and maybe a gallbladder situation. They don't know. They're still gonna check him periodically, but he's on a whole bunch of medications. Good morning. How you doing, One Vision? I think One Vision would be I'm trying to Dustin, I think, right? Is that Dustin? And here comes Justin.
What's up?
Hey, Justin, how's it going?
Good. Driving to St. Cloud.
Oh, you're heading for St. Cloud?
Yeah.
Always the fun part of your business is driving around and going places.
Yeah, always in a new area. Oh, not new, but you're always in a different city all the time, so doesn't get as mundane, I guess.
Well, you get to see more of the area. But it's just the energy level's got to get drained after a while. No wonder you want to kick back on the weekends, you know?
Actually, because of this, I've actually learned my county. Now I know where everything's at.
Oh, okay.
Like, I know where everything's at in my county.
Well, that's not a bad thing. JDS is here.
No, I know how to get to all the cities and stuff without GPS. The only thing I use that for is just to get to specific addresses if I don't know where they're at.
Right.
Except JDS. Well, I just had to start early this morning.
Yeah, Dustin's here. So in case you didn't see it,
No, I didn't see. I just
AZ was first, followed by Dustin, and then JDS.
What's up, Dustin, David? Yeah, Paul had to start early this morning, 6:30.
Yeah, on the road.
So was
Well,
he just riding?
I'm sure that it's a little bit stressful, even though he knows what he's doing. It's a new route. Anytime you have a new route, like as you well know, it's like when they send you someplace, it's a little bit stressful making sure you got figured out where you're going, you know?
Right.
And I think last I heard, and I don't know, they've asked him, he's doing the route this morning, and then he's going to turn around and do the pickup and the return route on his own. I think he's with somebody this morning.
Yeah, he's riding with another driver, probably just to learn the route real quick.
Right. But this afternoon, I think he said that he's going to be on his own to do the return route. So Well, he'll get good at it, just like he always was. I got a kick out of the fact he reported just the other day that he happened to be stopped in an area to do a sign, and all of there was a school bus came by and stopped right there, and all the kids came up and they swarmed him and they were hugging on him and talking to him and calling out his name, and that's got to be a good feeling to know that his riders from before miss him.
This freaking trailer in front of me pissing me off because he has no brake lights on the trailer and I can't see his brake lights.
Okay, JDS, you get a good rest time. JDS is you gotta get some sleep before another 16-hour shift. Bye all.
Later, JDS.
So how far do you have to go before you get to?
About 40 minutes out.
Okay.
I got a little ways.
Your little sister just popped into the chat. She wants to know how everyone is doing.
What's up, Laura?
It's a little bit chilly here, but it is winter, so. But it's no snow, it's just yucky.
My truck says it's 70 degrees right
now. No, it's 36, feels like 27 here.
Yeah, it's not cool out. I mean, it's cool outside, but not that. Don't worry, another month or so, we'll be back in the summertime again. I freaking hate that time of year. It's looking hot. Yeah, about another month, maybe 2 months at the most of this weather, and then it's going to go right back into summertime.
Here's my driveway cam. Squirrels are out and about doing their thing, and a couple of birds here and there, and
pretty clear for the most part.
Yeah, it's drying up from yesterday. It was really wet. In fact, it
actually rained last night. I was surprised.
Yeah.
We haven't had any rain here. Only like once or twice in the past few weeks. Last night it just started raining out of nowhere.
Here's out the front door. Little bit of traffic, but then again, it's 8:45 in the morning, so on a Friday, a gloomy day, not a lot of traffic going on.
Sarah's gonna get some information for me later. State Farm is offering $20 an hour to stay at home, work from home, doing insurance claims. That's one of her friends just got a job working there.
Ooh.
State Farm.
What are you making? What are you making now? About 18?
I'm only making 16.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's $4. That's $4 an hour more money.
Plus, I'd be working from home too.
There you go.
Okay.
So is that trying to get you in, or have you had an offer to go there?
No. Just her friend just got a job there, so she's gonna send us information for it.
Okay. Well, what you do is let's say you got an offer to go to work there. What you do is you use all your vacation, take your time off, and then go check it out. And then if you don't, you got a job to go back to.
That's true.
That'd be the smart way to do it. And don't tell your current employer that you're looking at another job. You just say, yeah, well, I got some things I need to do. I got to take some time off, and take your time off and go over there and start the job and see what it entails.
Right.
Because they do the same thing to you.
Yeah, I'm just ready to find something else because they're not raising anybody's pay, and everybody's starting to get pissed off now. It's starting to get really frustrating. 'Cause they
Well-
told us like 6 months ago we were supposed to go to $20 an hour minimum, and they still aren't paying that. And everybody keeps.
If enough of you, if enough of the employees decide to find other jobs, and right now there are jobs available, and just in a mass say, okay, we're out of here. You guys promised us 20, no 20, bye. They might come back and say, oh, okay.
Yeah, because we have like a big group message that like 20 employees are in and it's for work. And already like 4 or 5 of us have been questioning why they haven't raised the pay in the group message. Our boss just keeps saying, well, it's coming. But everybody's starting to get pissed off because every week 1 or 2 more people start piping up in the group chat about it. Right.
Okay, Laura, she's got to run, but she said she'd catch us all later.
Part of our, and then they were offering down in West Palm Beach. I was talking to the supervisor that met me yesterday, and he was talking about he was offering $21.50 down there for locators, and can't even get anybody to apply for it.
Where is that?
Down in West Palm Beach.
That's quite a drive for you, isn't it?
Oh, I'm not trying to get on down there. I'm just saying that's what they were.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you were to even consider that, that'd be quite a drive, wouldn't it?
I couldn't do it. It would be too much. They wouldn't let me because it'd be a 2.5 hour drive each way. I wouldn't be able to do it. It would be too many hours of driving. They wouldn't let me anyway. So. I'd have to move closer if that was the case, but it's a lot more expensive to live down in West Palm Beach too. So
that's probably why they can't get anybody to take the job.
if I was making that much an hour down there, it'd be the same as what I'm making here, pretty much. Because the rent and stuff's a lot higher down there. I mean, you're talking, $2,000 house here would probably run you $3,000 to $3,500 down there. So.
Yeah, that would be kind of going backwards, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, it'd be more of a lateral type move more than anything.
Yeah.
Not necessarily going backwards, but it would be pointless. To be making good money down there, you'd have to be making at least 25 to $28 an hour.
See, that's the problem with businesses today, and I've seen this coming. I've watched this over the last couple of decades. Here's my synopsis. Back when I was growing up, business owners and stuff were actually people that were involved in the business. And they had kids that came up into the business, and they thought, well, the only thing of the part of the business that they didn't understand or they needed help with was the accounting side. So they had all these daughters and sons, and they sent them to be accountants in college. They came out and they don't have the business sense that the original owners did. And they see everything as black and white, dollars and cents. They don't see what's good for business, good for them, good for the company. They just say, you know, they go and they say, oh, we saved you X amount of dollars. Aren't we wonderful? Aren't we great? And so now a lot of the medium to smaller businesses are being run by the accountants that have no idea what it takes to give good customer service and to keep the business healthy.
And that's true too. Like instead of, making $9 million a year and still being profitable,
Yep.
They squeeze that extra million out. And then,
Yep.
That's could be going to employees' pay, different things like that.
Exactly.
And then they wonder why all these companies have such high turnover rates.
Yep, exactly.
They're not paying it. I mean, you get what you pay for pretty much when it comes to employees.
Well, yeah, and you happy workforce is a good workforce for you in the long run because they're going to protect you and the business.
Right. They feel invested in the company.
Yeah, if you've got employees out there that are grumbling or pissed off because they're not raising your salary or they're not raising this, I'm going to look for another. They're not going to stick their neck out and give 100% of themselves because they figure, well, if the company don't care, I don't care.
Yeah. That's why Walmart can't keep nobody.
Yep, and that's why I've watched this happen over the years. If Sam Walton were still running Walmart, I guarantee you it'd be running different.
Even Amazon, it's the same reason. Amazon and Walmart have like 120% over, turnover rate, which is ridiculous. Like,
Yep.
If you go into a store with 350 employees, there might be 25 employees out of that 350 that have actually been with the company more than 5 years.
Yep.
All the rest of them are just constant recycled, new people.
Coming and going. Yep.
Yeah, or it might be somebody got fired 6 months ago and then got rehired and was fired again. And it's the way they treat their employees as well. Like Amazon, Walmart, all these companies are bad for it. They treat their employees like crap, and they give them unrealistic deadlines. And then when they can't meet them, they hold it against the employee and write them up. It's ridiculous. That's why I said when I was a manager at Walmart, I got wrote up twice because I refused to write up employees below me for stuff that I knew was out of their control. But, upper management just, they thought they knew everything. And they would give these employees unrealistic deadlines, wanting them to do, 14 hours worth of work in 8 hours, and then get pissed off because they couldn't finish it. And, when a customer, and the problem is with trying to factor in how long an employee will take to do something at Walmart, it's almost impossible because there's too many variables in it. You have customers stopping and talking to you, customers stopping and asking you for help, and each one of those interactions takes a different amount of time.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like if a customer stops and talks to you, you don't want to be rude and be like, oh, I got to go back to work. I can't talk to you, So you might sit and have a 10-minute conversation with the customer, but it leaves that customer feeling better, especially if it's a positive conversation.
Yeah.
At least I'm feeling a little bit better about being there.
because they feel like you care that they're there.
Right, and then,
It's all about
but
the
that's
customer.
what I'm saying is there's too many variables to try to calculate how long an employee would take to do a specific job because there's
And
just too much shit going on.
and Justin, didn't you find that depending upon the mood of society and the mood and the time of year and the time of day, excuse me, the amount of time that the customers rely on help or assistance in the store changes dramatically.
Oh yeah, especially during the holidays.
Yep.
People want to know where this specific item is, that. But that's what I'm saying is there's just too many variables for you to say, oh, an employee should take only an hour to run this pallet of freight out on the floor.
Yeah,
Well,
that's to me is the result of allowing the pencil pushers, I call them, because they're looking at the dollars and cents, and they can be a hero if they save $1 here or $1 there. The pencil pushers that have not a clue what customer service and what actually the company is based on, or the market share, they're just looking at dollars and cents.
and people will be like, oh, I went to electronics and talked to somebody in electronics, and they're just a bunch of idiots. And it's not that they're idiots; it's just they were never trained in electronics and what certain items do, or how you look at a TV and the different specs on a TV. They were never shown that. They were just, here,
Yeah.
you're in electronics, go sell some stuff.
And if you actually drill down on that, there's a certain amount of turnover in any store because they were not properly trained. They do not have, and they get frustrated and says, hell, I can go do this somewhere else.
Well, it's not even just that. It's just, when employees aren't properly trained, when the customers get pissed off, they get pissy with the employee.
Yeah.
Then the employee has a bad day, and then it's just a vicious circle. And like I said, that's the problem. But the problem is when companies get too big, there's so much shit that falls through the cracks.
Yeah.
Like I talked to employees that have been with the company since like the 70s, right? Like since Sam Walton, there was an employee that worked at my store who was in one of the 3 original first stores with Sam Walton.
Yep.
She was in her 90s, her mid 90s when she finally retired from Walmart. She had 65 or 65 years, I think, with the company.
Yep. And she probably could tell you that there wasn't probably a day or two go by that Sam Walton himself wasn't in there walking the store and talking to the customers and employees.
Well, she said it was a whole different company back then. Like,
Yep.
She used to tell us stories about it all the time. Like, she was really interesting. Like, we'd sit in the break room and she would tell us all these different stories about Walmart back when she first started, and how nice everybody was to the employees. But the problem is when Walmart went international,
Yep.
especially when they went international, it was just, now it was all about the money, and they didn't care about the employees anymore. And like I said, the bigger a company gets, a lot more stuff falls through the cracks.
And see, personally, I attribute that to my knowledge, having been in retail and that type of thing, is the pencil pushers, the push to put people on who sit at a desk and look at numbers in charge of business decisions.
Well, yeah, and then you got like the CEO of Walmart, Doug McMillon. He's the top guy at Walmart, right? But then you have a CEO for every country that has a Walmart in it.
Yep.
But then you also have regional managers.
Yep.
Like here in the United States, you have like 7 or 8 regional managers that are over 2 or 3 states, right? Or there's probably, I think there's a little bit more than that, but they'll be over 2 over 2 or 3 states. And then within that 2 or 3 states, they got, 1,000 district managers. So by the time shit feeds all the way from the top down to the very bottom, shit gets misconstrued. Some district managers do shit the way they want to do it. Store managers do stuff the way they don't want. They don't listen to corporate, and that's where you run into a lot of problems. There's so many people in between the top and the bottom.
Yep.
That's crazy. One person can't run a company that size.
Well, I can't imagine the problems that a big company like Amazon has. Especially when they're not only running their company by just their association with other companies selling them stuff to sell. I can't imagine the headaches they're having, but they'll end up the same way as all the rest of them if they don't pay attention to their core business.
Oh, well, I mean, Amazon's pretty much the online version of Walmart when it comes to employees.
Yep.
And I mean, and like I said, Walmart's not going anywhere. Walmart's now the second largest online retailer, but they're also the largest.
Sarah wants to know, Justin, how was your breakfast sandwiches?
Good. But Walmart's, like I said, Walmart's now the second largest online retailer, but they're also the largest box store retailer. So they're not going anywhere. That's for sure. Neither is Amazon. I mean, they both got their fingers in so much stuff that those are the two main companies that are competing against each other. Like I said, when we used to have these big meetings every few months at Walmart, where we'd have like a bunch of district managers and stuff come in.
Yep.
They would laugh at the fact that they thought, like, when you would say Kroger was a competitor. Now, Kroger's one of the largest grocery chains in the country.
Right.
Or like Publix here in Florida. Dude, they would laugh at the fact that you even considered them a competitor. They didn't look at them like they were just a crappy little company that needs to stay out of their way. That's because they make so much money, they're pulling in hundreds of billions a year. And they don't consider Publix or any of these other companies competitors. The only one they consider a main competitor is Amazon. That's it. Everybody else is just a crappy little company, and they better stay out of their way.
And that's the arrogance in anything that will end up costing them dearly, but they don't know it. They're too blinded. They got the full blinders on, and they don't see the big picture.
But at the same time, though, I'll have to say the way Walmart runs their business strategy, I mean, they're very smart. They're very intelligent when it comes to business. They know how to play the market, that's for sure. Like I said, Amazon does the same business strategy as Walmart. Lose a little money, make you billions. That's how Walmart shut down Kmart and all those stores. They undercut them for the first few years they were open. Didn't really make a huge profit, enough to where Kmart couldn't compete no more, or Sears couldn't compete no more. And then all these businesses over time just started shutting down. Left Walmart at the top. And now Walmart and Amazon have such control over these manufacturers that they buy stuff from. Like, if they don't do what one of those companies wants, they can literally bankrupt their company overnight just by not buying their product.
Yeah. Well, the smaller companies don't get credit for building their business when a larger company gets involved, because the larger company wants them to adapt their business practices, their business philosophies. And so that may not have made that small company what it was.
Like Swift, the trucking company, right? They got mouthy with Walmart over something a couple of years ago. And unfortunately, Swift has put about 80-90% of their eggs in Walmart's basket. That's the main company they ship their product for. Like, that's a big contract for them. I'm talking about probably over $1 billion a year, if not more. And Walmart threatened to pull it and said, "We'll just find somebody else." But if Walmart would have went through with that, it probably would have bankrupted Swift overnight. And that's the kind of control that those two companies have. Like now all these companies that work or sell stuff to them almost have to bend to their will, you know. Otherwise, you're done as a company if you don't. So if Walmart says, "Well, I'm not going to pay this much for these products, and you're going to give them to me for this," sometimes companies just do it. They'll still make money, but they're not going to make as much as they thought they were going to.
Well, it looks like it's gonna be a slow morning, Justin.
Yeah, it looks like. Anybody in the chat or no?
Yeah, we got Sarah's there. The last comment in the chat was when I asked you about your breakfast sandwiches. Dustin's in the chat. Little Llama Laura, she was on a bus. She was going someplace. She said goodbye. AZ is there, but he hasn't said much lately. JDS, he had to go get some rest because he's working long hours, and that's it. So I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe just saying adieu for the morning.
All right.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again next time. Bye for
Later.
now.